The burden they
Hello,
hold,
everyone.
motherfucker.
Sorry, I think we got our introductions wrong.
Man! So unprofessional.
I just wanted to know if the audience was having a good day or whatnot.
Hey, audience, I hope you're having a great day. We're not. How about let's get to the story? Ever since I found the story, my life has been hell. Speaking of which, it's The Burden They Hold, Chapter 2. So,
They Hold Birds, Part 2.
the birds they hold, Part 2, Chapter
The
2,
heart she hollered.
Part 2, Battle Tendency. A Yuki's POV. I was pulled by the redhead, where I don't know the name of. Even though I wanted to make him stop, some way I know he would pull me again with him. I understand that he is a mad, but he does not need to be so rude. Or I'm sorry, I misread that. Let me try again. I understand that he is a mad, but he does not to be so rude. Can you maybe let go of my hand? You're pulling too hard, and it hurts. I tried to pull my hand back in hope that he will stop and let me go. I would walk with him, because a mistake like this can't be. There must be something behind this. Why I'm together with a boy and to share a room.
Oh my god, maybe it was a mistake. I don't know. Maybe I'm smoking crack, but that's probably what happened.
Yeah, maybe it was just a clerical error. I mean, they have to deal with like fucking what, 100 rooms, 100 separate rooms, fucking 100 separate pairs of motherfuckers, just like you. Honestly, I wouldn't even do the whole fucking like assign 2 people to a room. I would just say fucking battle royale rules. You
Give them a
claim a
pipe.
room, it's yours.
I would go Heath Ledger Joker rules. Hand them a pipe. Whoever's left gets the room.
Jesus Christ. I saw that the redhead stopped and let go of my hand. Humph. If you come with me, he said cold and walked further. I ran after him until I walked beside him. Do you maybe know why we must share a room? I looked at him, but I don't get an answer back. Oak, with ignoring you don't come far. Hello, ignoring has no use. I looked at him angry. Oh god, this is just Silver and Shadow. I looked at him angry. Why do you think I'm going to Sunaid? For the fun? If I knew it, I had already kicked you out of my room. He didn't even look at me and walked just further. How do you mean I'm cold-hearted? When did he say that? I sighed and still followed him. After a few minutes of walking, we arrived at the office of Sunaid. The redhead knocked and waited for an answer. After a few seconds, we heard that we can come in. He opened the door and took me with him. Just saying, would you come with me is too much asking for him, I guess. We stood with the 2 of us before the desk of Sunaid, with next to her a woman. She was tall and had short black hair, and she had a pig in her hands? Whatever, I have seen much more crazy things, so this is nothing.
Have you seen the fanfic?
You ever been on fanfiction.net? This is fucking nothing.
We haven't even started on the Jessica verse.
Oh my fucking god. Gara's POV. Sunaid, can you tell us, or at least explain to me, why I must share a room with her? That was the same thing, but okay.
Nah, fam, Sunaid said.
Don't care, Sunaid said. I pointed to her and was not so happy. I saw she looked angry, but I don't care. I have lost my peace and privacy because of her, who bumped into me this morning. Holy shit, he holds a grudge.
He really does.
So may I have an explanation? Well,
fucking no.
I don't owe you shit. Get out of my office. I stood for Sunaid with my arms crossed for my chest. Well,
This is for Sunaid, and this is for my chest. Wakanda forever.
well, the point is, there was no more rooms, and because you would have a room for your own, these past years that you were here on the university, I had no other choice but to decide to put her in your room. I know it is illegal. Okay.
I like how straightforward she is, though. Yeah. Fuck it.
It's illegal, but what are you going to do? Especially once you see these pictures. Oh,
I really didn't think you guys were going to complain. Honestly, eggs on my face.
and besides, nothing will happen between you two. Are you so
He
sure?
then fucks her.
He,
The
he
end.
then fucks her in her office on her desk, which may or may not exist. And besides, nothing will happen between you two. Because if you two had read the home rules, then you know you may not disobey the rules, otherwise you will both standing at the gate.
Of hell? Sorry, guys, that's PDA. That's eternal damnation. Can't do nothing about it. Sure read the book.
If you read the rules, then you know you can't break the rules. That's rule number 1.
I feel like that's rule number 1 of any rule book. Rule number 1, listen to them.
Rule number 1, free for all.
Oh my god.
So, more questions, Sabaku? She looked at me sternly. I know that I must go against her. I'm sorry, how many, what? How many negations was that?
Boy, this thing is adding. I can't tell if it's adding or taking years from my life, but it's doing something to it.
Just, my lifespan is constantly fluctuating.
I am, yes.
I sighed and nodded. No more questions. I get it. It's illegal. I'll call the police. I turned around and walked out of the office back to my room. Few minutes hasn't passed by and I heard footsteps who followed me. I turned around and saw that it was her. I looked back forward. I looked down up.
I get what they're saying, but there was a better way to reword that.
I have chameleon eyes. They can point in 2 directions. I can lick my eyeballs. Have you already eat? I walked further and still looking forward. No, not really. I wanted to wait for my roommate, but it looks like it was you. I looked over my shoulder and saw she was sticking her tongue out to me. I looked back and a small grin formed on my lips. This would be a difficult year. Have you money? Have you money or money in the room?
Who's asking? Dirty son of a bitch trying to take my money.
I like the phrasing. It's like an 18th century gentleman. Have you money?
Excuse me, dear sirs, have you money? Have you money in the room?
Perchance hast thou found a fine 6pence on this day? I saw she was walking next to me. I have it laying in our room. Where would you go? The mall, I said shortly. I don't know.
What a relaxing place.
It's a very relaxing place. No one ever goes there anymore. I said shortly. I don't know how I must handle this. I had never thought that this will happen to me. Talking to a girl? I mean, to be fair, I don't think this could happen to me either.
Wow, this poor guy. He needs to get some self-confidence.
Oh
I feel
no,
bad for him now.
poor guy. He has to talk to humans. What a fucking... Yuki's POV. Few minutes later, we arrived at our room. We stepped inside and walked to each side of the room. I grabbed my purse and looked for my wallet, how many money I had. Is $10 enough? I saw that he nodded while he was searching for his wallet. At least I thought he was searching. I made my purse ready and looked to my wound and saw he was almost disappeared. What
Are you talking about him or the wound?
Says he... Did fucking Thanos just disappear Gara?
Maybe the wound was he.
I name all my wounds. This one's Harriet.
This one's Beatrice.
Are you ready? The redhead looked at me, and I nodded and followed him the dorm out. Okay, so he's both a wound and the dorm. It's good to know.
Maybe it's just Link as Hyrule than this guy.
He is a church. We walked together to the gate and showed our pass to the guard and walked further. The whole road to the mall, was it quiet? You decide.
Epic rap battle history.
On the other side, I hated it, but on the other side, it was nice.
I hate that side of the road. This one's nice.
It's a nice side of the road. I hate it. Just silence, but I wish there was talking between us. And what kind of lessons do you follow? At least the lessons you may chose. I have music and art. I looked at him and waited. I have photography and PE. Said fucking no one ever. What are you planning on being a paparazzi? What the fuck? He said on a monotone tone. But PE we have all together, right? I looked at him with a raised eyebrow. Yes, that's right. But I have extra lessons in that. He still looks forward. Don't he know that it is rude to talk to someone who you even not look at? Oh. I didn't know you could do that. And after that, I didn't get an answer anymore. Man, guys are...
Probably because he can't figure out what the fuck you're saying.
Yeah, you're talking in some sort of moon language he doesn't understand.
Moon language.
Man, guys are difficult and annoying. I'm stuck with one. I hate my life. You're not really stuck with him. You don't need to interact with your roommate very much. You just live together. You don't have to, like, be friends. Even if he is a man guy.
Maybe it's preferred, but...
I mean, not really. Like, the one time...
Well, you don't want a roommate that, like, you hate.
Like,
Do you?
Personally, I think the ideal roommate is someone you genuinely just don't interact with. Like, you room with them. You don't have any other, like, interaction with them.
Understandable.
And that's almost how it was when I was a dorm man. Anyway, Gara's POV. Man, can't she even shut up? She just talked without stopping. It is well interested that she had chose art and music. She was playing violin when I saw her in my room. And the shelf above her bed stands full of art stuff. What do you like to eat? And another subject.
Food?
Food. I don't want to think about school right now, and I am very hungry. I looked to her, and then at her knee, and I was amazed that her wound was almost completely disappeared. But that's impossible. How? It's a scraped knee.
He couldn't have been healed so fast.
It was a completely illogical fucking scraped knee that shouldn't have happened because she fell on her butt. Although it was...
She twisted her leg all the way around.
A Yuki with the power to turn her legs 180 degrees.
Little did we know she was Mr. Fantastic.
Although it was a small wound, so fast healing can't. But I thought was a best idea to not ask her about her wound. Anyway, I don't care, and I can't enunciate anyway. I looked back at her and waited for an answer. I'm not as well known here, so I don't know what we have here where we can eat. She looked innocent to me, and I sighed. We could eat pizza somewhere if you want to. I looked at her again and she nodded. I gave her a small smile and took her hand and pulled her to a pizzerina.
Pulled her the whole way there. They drug her there.
Just threw her in the front door. Hey you, why are you always taking my hand? It's rude to take my hand every time. And then she started again about taking her hand, that is rude, blah 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 blah.
I feel like there's someone jacks off to this, I know it.
Oh, we're not even at that part yet.
Oh no.
After we finally arrived at the pizzeria, I let go of her hand, and I heard whispering out of her mouth, and that she called me a pervert. How? It's fucking perverted Baka grabbing my hand, touching me, physically interacting with me. Fucking pervert.
Don't get me wrong. I think snatching her hand and not letting go is weird, but pervert's not the word I would describe it.
Baka Gaijin. I tried to be calm. No one have ever called me a pervert. So how dare she call me a pervert? I walked into the pizzeria and searching for a table. The blonde was following me and sat at the opposite of me of the table. Now I was thinking about... I don't even know her name. Want I know it? I sighed. Everything alright? You sighing a lot. I looked at her and she was looking at me. Yeah, everything's alright. She said my first school day is fucked up. Not only because of you, but because of school too.
Because someone bumped into me, and it was you.
Someone bumped into me and ruined my life. I'm going through hell because of that. I looked at her cold. Sorry. She looked downward, and I know that she felt uncomfortable. I saw some people looking at us, and would not that people were talking in the mall about me. I also saw some people from the university. No. I must say sorry. I do not have anything onto you. I just had a bad day. No, I had just a bad day. That's all. Hopefully I'll cheer her up with this. Otherwise, I don't know what I must do then. Do you know that a nice warm shower will help after such a day? Want to join me?
Let's take one.
I have it too sometimes, and I always take a warm shower. She gave me a smile, and I gave a small smile back. Maybe I can do that. I called the waiter and we ordered. Do you call waiters in? I mean, here you just
Bring,
wait for them.
bring. Oh. I'm an idiot.
I ordered a pizza tuna. What? I
Well,
ordered
ew.
I ordered a pizza tuna with Coke. Is that like a is that like some sort of alcoholic drink I don't know about?
It's an unknown fish.
The legendary pizza tuna. And she ordered a pizza salami with Coke. They just put the pizza on the salami. It's amazing.
It's like JoJo moves at this point. Just pizza? Word.
Dude, you laugh, but I mean, I would eat like a salami with just pizza toppings, with just like melted cheese and shit. Just replace the
That
crust with meat.
sounds a lot better than a pizza tuna.
Yeah, pizza tuna.
But I'm notorious for not liking seafood.
Notorious for that, huh?
Oh yeah, get
that's
kicked
the
out of all the countries.
that's the word. That's the word on everyone's lips. Oh my god, have you seen Shadow Dude? Doesn't like fish. Fucking weird. Now we are forced to sleep together.
Not really.
Since
I
when?
think there's different beds.
What? Because he got you a meal? Don't think you're obligated to give him a damn thing.
It's common courtesy, Chuck. Oh crap! Now I'm quoting YouTube poops.
Fucking hell. I didn't set it all to loud because of the people who were also living on the university. On it, not in it. But I
Oh, they're not gonna jump. They just live up there.
yeah, that's just where they live. But I only just realized that I do not know your name. I looked at her and I saw that she looked back at me. That is a completely unnecessary sentence.
And I looked at her. She looked back at me.
Said, "I'm sorry. Can you repeat this?" God, you could cut all this out and say our eyes locked. That's 3 words and it conveys that entire sentence. Her blue eyes were so beautiful, like an ocean. I shook my head. What the heck? Why am I thinking about the ocean?
Filled with fish shit.
Filled with filled with plastic garbage. Everything all right? She looked at me worried. Yes, everything is all right. Just as I say, I had a bad day today. Our drinks came, and we must only wait for the pizzas. But you asked for my name. My name is Ayuki Moriyami, and yours? She looked at me curious so bad that it irritated me. But, well, if I have to be honest, I was also very curious about her name. My name is Gara no Sabaku. He looked at me with big eyes. Did I say something wrong or something? Wow, what a name. Hi. I'm glad that I only have to remember your first name. Sogara. Nice name, by the way. What the fuck? Hey, cool
Wow,
name.
that's the name. I mean, it's a long name, but hey, nice name.
Do finger guns. Hey, cool name.
That's how you approach any female.
That's how I approach females. Ayuki's POV. So his name is Gara. Nice name. And if I have to be honest, he's not bad looking, but his behavior, I can't stand it. But maybe it changed if we know each other better. I looked again at the menu and figured out that it was very expensive. I swallowed a few times. With $10 I came not far. And didn't knew how much money Gara had. You already ordered. And I find it embarrassing to borrow money from him on my first day. Is there something? Gara looked at me with a questionably look. And I hesitated to tell him.
Why is this fic like not only it demands to end sentences just awkwardly? Is it something? Wrong? Right? Something? Just something.
I find this fic is more. It's easier to swallow if you imagine it as like cutscenes from a PS1 era game. like original Resident Evil. Just, is there something?
Oddly, I find that I imagine this in like the animation style of Ruby for some reason. That's not a knock on the show. It's just how I see it.
It's a knock on the show. Well, I figured just out that it is very expensive, and I don't come far with my $10. I didn't dare to look at me, as I could not physically do so.
I looked at myself through my own eyes. I was a magician.
I looked at myself through Gara's eyes. I'm kind of a ventriloquist for sight.
I can speak through people's eyes too.
Well, oh wait, hold on. I didn't dare to look at me and looked at the glass filled with Coke. You can borrow some from me. When do you get money again? He looked at me normal. That's astounding. And took some sips from his Coke.
He looked at me hard.
He looked at me very easy.
He looked at me suicidal.
He looked at me hell on earth. I don't know. My sister must still send a message when she can give my money. I had told her that I will search for a job. I also took some sips from my cola. Why are you fucking profligates not using the straws?
Well, not that I don't use straws or anything.
I know you don't.
I
And that bothered me.
like it though.
The fucking.
I like the ice touch. I think it makes it colder. I think it makes it taste better. That's probably a psychological thing.
I think that's a placebo.
Like, yeah. But it's just how I do it.
You can forget that looking for a job. The best thing you could do is just following school and relax when you can. Otherwise, you will break. It happened by some students.
I noticed my roommate looked like Bane a little bit.
All things in balance, just as they should be. He took some bites from his pizza. Really? I will tell her that, in any case. Thank you. Hey, my fucking emo roommate told me I shouldn't get a job. What do you think?
He told me I would break if I did.
He told me
I don't know if that was a threat.
He told me he will break me.
He told me he would break the bat if I did.
I smiled and goes further with eating. When did you guys get your food? Of all the detail you didn't.
I know.
After we are done with eating and drinking, I gave my $10 at Gara and he paid the bill. I try to get as soon as possible money to pay you back. He shook his head. See it as a welcome present. And we walked back to the dorm. Oh man, he's getting laid tonight.
Man, you know what I just realized? It's just pizza. There was no need for this long of a discussion about the money.
You know?
If you're that tight on money, you probably shouldn't be out eating anyway.
If you have, like, I'm assuming they got, like, personal pizzas. Well, no, actually, she got a fucking pizza tuna. I don't know how big that is. But
About the size of normal tuna, I suppose.
this is pretty big. Um, It's like a 50-pound fish or some shit. But, a personal pizza at Pizza Hut costs, what, like $10? Something like that.
Yeah, that's Pizza Hut though.
Comes with
They are very
breadsticks.
expensive.